අද දවසේදීත් අපි දිවයිනේ විශේෂයෙන්ම උතුරු පළාත ඒ වගේම
Over 75 millimeters of rainfall can be expected in the northern province as well as Trincomalee district throughout the day. The southwestern parts of the island may also experience rainy weather conditions. The western, Sabaragamua and southern provinces as well as the Kandy and Nuwara districts may experience rainfall from time to time. Wind speeds in the northern, north central, northwestern, central and southern provinces may be 50 to 55 kilometers per hour. I must warn the naval and fishing communities not to venture to the deep and shallow sea areas off the coast extending from Trincomalee to Putlam via Kankasanture until further notice.
Kankasanture හරහා ත්‍රිකුණාමලය දක්වා පෙරට ඔබ්බෙන්න වන ගැඹුරු සහ නොගැඹුරු මුහුදු ප්‍රදේශවල දීවර සහ නාවක කටයුතු වලින් වළකී සිටින ලෙස
The number of fatalities due to disasters linked to heavy rainfall has risen to 16. The Disaster Management Centre says that 19 have also been injured. 465,746 individuals are reported to have been affected by the adverse weather conditions experienced by the country. The DMC says that 29,596 individuals continue to be sheltered in 245 relief centres across the island. 98 houses are reported to be completely damaged, while 2,333 houses are partially damaged. Meanwhile, displaced residents of Vattavan Thenayur Mawata Chennai and Senayur in Trincomalee have been directed to relief centres. The Virgal area in Trincomalee continues to remain submerged. Navy boats have been deployed for transportation along the Muthuchennai road in Virgal, Trincomalee, due to the flooding in the region. Meanwhile, the Trincomalee main road continues to remain submerged in the Mavadi-Chennai area. Many areas, including Virgal, Sirimangalapura and the Somavatiya Nature Reserve are still submerged due to the overflow of the Mahavali River. Meanwhile, the Seruvilla main road in Kantale has also been inundated in the Megasgodalla area. Lowlands in Pulachena in Kalpitiya Puttalam still remain inundated. Fisherfolk refrained from going out to sea from the Ratkama Fisheries Harbour in Gaul following rainfall experienced in Gaul and surrounding areas. With the prevailing heavy rainfall, the Galthana main road in Kandy has reportedly been affected by landslides. According to Newsfirst correspondents, landslides have occurred at more than 16 locations along the road. Among the affected routes are the Galthana Ampitiya Road, Galthana Kandy Road, Galthana Monaragala Road, Galthana Silvatana Road and Galthana Alupota Road. Due to this situation, the Kandy District Executive Engineer's Office of the Road Development Authority has advised motorists to use alternative routes. A landslide in Division 255 in the Katukale area of Kandy resulted in the evacuation of 6 families from the area. The army intervened to rescue individuals who were trapped inside a house during the incident. Rockfalls and falls of mounds of earth onto the upcountry railway line has disrupted train operations. Following a landslide near the 16th mile post in Passara, a previously blocked lane on the road was reopened from 6 am to 6 pm today. The Colombo-Batikalo main road, which had been closed off for several days due to flooding at several points, has now returned to normalcy. The road was reopened yesterday for heavy vehicles only. Several previously closed roads have now been reopened for light vehicles as well. Although there is now a reduction in rainfall, 6 sluice gates of the Polgolla Mahavali Dam continue to remain open.
The responsibility vested with the Department of Meteorology, which is the oldest institution under the Ministry of Defence, is not one that can be taken lightly. The department is vested with the responsibility of predicting and advising Sri Lankans on the weather and climate change for a sustainable future for all. The Department of Meteorology is responsible for providing weather and climate-related services to the general public that is of pivotal importance in the agriculture, energy, fishing, marine insurance and other sectors, and their duties include warning and advising about bad weather such as cyclones, heavy rains, lightning, high winds and tsunamis. A single weather advisory from the Met Department could be the difference between life and death for many Sri Lankans. Many countries in the world employ sophisticated modern equipment and techniques to accurately predict the weather. These countries have the capability of accurately predicting the weather anomalies and disasters such as hurricanes and storms in advance, which enables the authorities to identify areas that will be severely affected and evacuate residents in those areas in time. India has been preparing since 1.5 weeks for the Fenjal cyclonic storm that recently affected Sri Lanka. All meteorological departments work based on the Greenwich time, and every 3 hours they exchange information between departments. Sri Lanka usually uses information from India, but given the fact that India had been preparing for the Fenjal cyclonic storm for weeks, Sri Lankan authorities had not been showing similar enthusiasm in responding to this cyclonic storm. 15 lives were lost due to the Fenjal cyclonic storm. This is not an isolated incident. We will never forget the carnage that the tsunami caused in Sri Lanka in 2004. 35,000 lives were lost. 5,000 people were missing. Even after this disaster, we did not focus on establishing a tsunami early warning system. During a recent inquiry done close to the tsunami memorial, it was revealed that 57 of the 77 tsunami warning towers were malfunctional. However, 90 million rupees had been paid for maintenance of these towers from 2016 to 2023, and 576,185 rupees had been paid for this year. The installation of the 2 Doppler radar systems that were gifted to Sri Lanka from Japan should have been completed by the year 2021. What has happened now? In the recent past, there were even issues as to if the amount of rainfall calculated by the Department of Meteorology was accurate. The National Audit Office had revealed that by the 31st of May last year, 72 of the 453 rain gauges across the country are malfunctional. It also revealed that 52 of the 122 automatic rain gauges are malfunctional. The reason for this is the lack of proper maintenance. Although the Department of Meteorology was aware of the Fenjal cyclonic storm that was to hit Sri Lanka since the 21st of November, there is a doubt as to if the information available to the department was adequately disseminated among the general public. At a time when the general public can access information regarding the weather from a simple app on their phone, was this information disseminated accurately and as soon as possible? If the Department of Meteorology, which was launched under the Survey Department in 1867, is still continuing to operate with the technology available at that time, what are the most advanced methods of obtaining weather-related information in the world? Do we employ these methods?
We call this numerical weather forecast. Based on the situation indicated on the computer today, we can forecast the weather for the next 3 to 4 days. Our meteorological department does not have this technology. They collect the data that comes from India and Europe, and then they use that data to forecast.
Can such forecasts be made through the Doppler radar system, in which the Sri Lankan government has already invested a large sum of money?
The Doppler radar shows where it is raining right now. That is not a forecast. The data from the radar can be used to forecast for about an hour ahead. It can tell you where it will rain during the next hour. It cannot forecast for several days. A single model is not used when it comes to forecasting weather. They take data from India, Europe, America, and they use their experience to forecast the weather.
This shows that forecasting the weather is no longer a prediction, but the provision of accurate data. Predictions may be right or wrong, but with the advancement in technology across the world, weather forecasts are becoming more and more accurate. Meteorological departments around the world have been successful in providing accurate information on the change in the weather, and in the process save thousands of valuable lives and property.